Welcome to the Felt Dyslexic Artist Interview. My name is Liz Buckridge. For me, as a dyslexic artist, other artists and creatives have always been my number one inspiration. In these interviews, we talk with artists and creatives who share their stories and gain insight into their process, from inspiration to career tips. No, inspiration to art tips, career building, and more. We're so lucky to listen to the wisdom of Matie K today. I'm so excited to hear about her past and future projects and her insights on life as an artist. Hi, Matie.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Thank you for talking with us today.
Thank you for having me.
So I'm going to jump right in. Describe the art you make. What medium do you primarily work in, and why do you choose that medium?
um, I use acrylic on canvas, and my art right now at this moment it's abstract, it's geometric, conceptual geometric painting that involve all kind of symbols in day life that I that 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 mean a lot to me, and I sometimes like to put it in my art, and mostly acrylic. Although I do oil pencil, but at this moment I'm heavily doing acrylic on canvas.
Do you work in any other mediums?
Yes, I do. I work on um, oil and pencil, but I do like acrylic this moment.
Yeah. How did you get into making art? Can you tell us about your background and how you first became interested in art?
Sure. So ever since I remember myself, I always loved painting. I always liked drawing. I remember myself as a kid in the classroom, in a class break, painting, drawing my peers, my classmates. And this was my getaway place, like to go and to do art. So I don't remember a time that I didn't do in my life art. Always, there was always pictures, painting, different media. I did sculpturing. I did pottery, but heavily colors. I love colors, as you can see. Um, so this wasn't a time that it's ever since I remember myself. I did that, but I did not pursue it professionally. I I um, I thought that, and I had you grow up in environment. Education is very important, and I was very good in math too. So I pursue engineering, and I work as a software engineer, and I I went to art as my comfort zone. Never look at that as, and I always explain to people that I didn't want that my train of thought when I create a picture or painting, that I would think that people would love that or not love it, and how do I how do I sell it, how do I didn't want to involve the business point of that of painting, and I wanted to be strictly and purely me and my painting and what I want to convey in the painting, and not really thinking about the viewer. And that allowed me to go to my career, to do something else, and this was always like a good friend of mine, that's my getaway. Never stop doing that.
I love that. How did you get into your specific style? What themes or subjects inspire your work?
So as an artist, you get evolved as you go. You change. We change as a human, and you explore different medium. different style. I love going to galleries, museum, and art, different arts, and I explore. Obviously, I went to different classes. I grew up in Israel, and I went to different classes by famous artists in Israel that I remember that after I paint a while in oil, and I think I was like 12 or 13 years old, and I was already painting in oil. And when I went to that artist, and she was very strict, and I said to her, okay, I want to continue with oil just to be better. And she's like, no, 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 no. With me, you start with a pencil. And we graduate like a year after year. Like I think that by the third year that I was with her, she allowed me to go back to oil, and it was pencil, pastel, charcoal, all kind of medium, and then we did the oil. Um, so to me, that's the way that you explore other, and you see, oh, what you like, what you are good at, and I find that you can be good in anything you want. The issue is, if you like it a lot, you will be good at something. And if you don't, and if it's like, okay, you explore and then you move on. And that's how I found myself doing what I do now. And that's why I cannot even say, hey, in 5 or 10 years, that's what I will continue to do, because I'm not sure how I'm going to be. Where am I going? So.
I love that. What themes, like what subjects inspire you right now?
Building. I love architectures. Maybe it's my engineering part of me. I love the precise. I like straight line, geometric shapes, and I love architectures. I love everything that it's a man-made. Um, in our world, like anything that I love. I'm a city girl. I love city. When I go to a country, I admire it. I like it. It's beautiful, and I leave it to that. I don't try to imitate. I don't. We went to Costa Rica, and I have never seen such a gorgeous sunset, and there's no need for me to imitate that. It's just beautiful, So I was like, that's just gorgeous. I inhale it. I appreciate it, and I move on. I love what people make, architectures and houses and building and weird building. I will take a picture of a building, and when I go to paint, I will just upside down, and I will just um, divide it and make all kind of things to it, that it's totally different, abstract, but you can still see some part of the building, and that's what I like in my art. That it's allow the viewer to pause and see, oh, yeah, it's realism, but it's really not, but this is that, but this is that. And every time they come and there's something else. And that's make me feel that I achieved what I wanted to do in this painting.
Wow. Do you consider yourself neurodivergent or neurotypical?
Neurotypical.
Have you faced any challenges or setbacks in your art career? How did you overcome them?
Yeah, I think I am. I think that I used to love, like, I didn't touch acrylic. For years I did oil, and I didn't show picture till it's completed, and it was never completed in my eyes. It was always, and it took years to do a painting, and I'm like, the engineering in me, I'm like, even if I sell this picture for that, it's like took 3 years to make that picture. There's no way I'm going to monetize it or to make it a business. So oil was like, so I was like, no. And I really, I look at acrylic as limited comparing to oil because it has the limitation that oil doesn't have a limitation. It's a very powerful medium, and you can do anything you want with that. But at a point in my life now, with the kind of art that I'm making, acrylic is a perfect medium to do it and to achieve what I want to achieve without the challenge of the technical challenge. Now I have different kind of challenge, but the technical, I kind of solved the technical challenge in acrylic to achieve what I want to achieve.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Israel, in a city called Bat Yam. It's right next to Tel Aviv. And I moved to the state. I met my husband when I was in college in Tel Aviv University, and I got married right. Actually, I was my last year in college, and I got married, and I moved here since then. Yeah.
Did you do art when you were a really little kid?
Yeah, I did. I always like painting. I did like music as well, but I think that my parents didn't have the money and the means to send me to piano classes. I had friends that were learning piano lesson, and it was not they couldn't do it, so they sent me. They know that I like to draw, and they sent me to art classes, and I enjoyed that. It was wonderful, but I had other things that I like to do, and I think it was the least expensive way for after school activity.
Do you have a favorite colorway or palette for your art? And is the colorway or palette for your art different or the same as the colors in your house?
When I paint, I love all the bluish, all the bluish and the dark blue, the medium blue, and the greenish blue, and the purple blue, and everything that has to do with blue. I found myself that I like the pink when I mix the color, and I love the pink. But if you ask me, if I look at my wardrobe and or my house, I would not put like, pink sofa or those bold color, and I keep it in my painting. I do like to see my painting as not as an object by itself. I don't try to put a painting that it will match my sofa or it match my carpet or stuff like that. That's you go to Home Good, you just not, that's like, it's more like interior design. I have no interest in that. So I kind of explore everything that I like in my painting, and not necessarily in my clothes or in my design of a house, if that's answered the question.
Wow. Describe the space where you make your art.
So when I designed the house, I used to have my art studio in the basement, because I wanted to be far away from the kids, like its own zone, and not being disturbed. And I found myself going there not as often. So now I have it right off my bedroom, and I go there all the time. I love it. I don't put much pictures, painting that I did there because I don't want to, every painting, when it's done, it's leave that room. I try to keep it. I have a lot of books and painting and paints, but not painting.
It's a cozy space. I love your studio.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
How did your school system support your interests in art growing up?
Well, in Israel it's kind of different where I grew up because I was very good in science and math. I went to a school right at elementary school. They kind of they have a two part, one for like if you're doing art or if you're doing technical thing, or if you're going to go to college. So I went to the path of going to college. So it was like heavy math, heavy that. So I didn't really do, and there was nothing actually in my high school that it has to do with art, and that's why I was seeking art with the after school activity just privately that my parents went to a very famous artist that she had her classes, and I went to her for my entire time when I was in high school as an after school activity.
Do you remember her name?
I was looking for her because you're talking about her name. I remember her first name. Her name is Shoshana, and I don't remember her last name. And it's for years. I'm like, what was her last name? What was her last name? Don't remember her last name, but her first name was Shoshana.
How do you see your work evolving or changing in the future? What do you have planned?
I see myself continue to do what I'm doing. I cannot tell you where is it going to lead me because you never know. I enjoy what I do now, and I kind of let the universe bring me to wherever it's belong. I'm no longer worried about. It's giving me anxiety of worried about the future, what it's going to be in another year or 2 years, that because plans change with our wishes, without our wishes, a life change, tragedy. I suffer a tragedy, and I don't anymore put a lot of thought to things that that life will bring you to wherever you belong, wherever you want to go. And right now I kind of let my desire and my needs to evolve by itself, and not worried so much about how do I want to do it and how do I not. I kind of let it be.
Yeah. Is making art an emotional process for you or a strategic process for you?
So I think that both. Um, I think that both. I lost my brother. I lost him at 24 for a cancer, and I lost my father. And I was in Israel when October 7 happened, and it was a really horrible time. And I don't know. And then I went really heavy into the art, and I felt that that's the only thing that kept me going. That the only thing that made me just not, I wouldn't say forget, because you never forget your loss, you never forget, but it's the only thing that gave you some kind of comfort. So it was so emotional relief and release of my emotional state of mind. But at the same time, I I'm my worst critic. When the painting's done, so I will ask my partner, okay, how is it? How do you like it? And he's brutally honest with me. He will say, I don't like that thing. You can do better than this. I'm like, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is that. So I was like, then I will go and start fixing all the thing, and that's the strategic point. But when I paint, I kind of not let anybody go to the room. I'm like, I want to be in the and I will fight back too, because I would say it is, they won't like this or they don't. I was like, okay, that's okay. That is okay. I'm in that stage of in my life that I feel whole, and I I feel that when I do a painting, that it's sincere, what you feel and what you really wanted to convey, and you are happy with that, then let it be and let the viewer enjoy it or not. And it's okay to not enjoy it because it's not for everybody. It's like anything, it's not for everybody, and I'm okay with that. And when I was younger, I wasn't okay with that. I'm like, oh, how they don't like, I want to be real, I want to be technically good, I want to do that, and I don't worry about that anymore. And this is the point in my life that I feel that this is good. I don't have all those noises when I paint. I don't have noises. And that's really the key, that I feel that it's a challenge for a lot of artists.
I agree. Can you walk us through your creative process from idea to finished piece?
Sure. So as I said, I love city architectures. So if I'm traveling or I walk by a crazy building or something, and I'll take a picture of that. Or even if I watch a movie and the movie set was something, and I will take a picture of that movie set, and it was even just the color, or a combination of a color, or just the stairs, or just a wall or something that intrigue, and then then I would not sleep at night, and then I will just sketch it. I will sketch that, and I will wake up in the morning, and sometimes I say, oh my God, what was in my mind? What was thinking? Or I will just evolve. And from that, I will sketch it in a paper or an iPad, and which that by itself feel great for me, and I take a great enjoyment on doing that, because this is where my imagination go wild, and I let it go. And this is that part. And when the sketch is done, then I go and I will do it in a canvas. And then I will paint it. I feel when I sketch it, which is different than what I used to do before with the oil. Before I sketch it, I will do something and I don't like it, and I change the color and I change this and that, and that's like a lot of time consuming. This way, I do it I sketch it, and I will already know where I'm going and what is that. But at the end, the picture, the painting that come out is different than the sketch, because you evolve there too. What is in the sketch, and then you put it in the medium, and it doesn't really convey what you wanted to do, and you change it. But I always feel that I have an idea, and I know what I wanted to convey, and I go for that or not.
I love that. How do you combine the art you love to make and the art you sell?
So I had a show this last week, and and a lot of people came, and a lot of people give compliment that. And there are some people, it's an abstract, it's a lot of colorful, and some people were like, "Ooh, like oh, the color, the bold." I'm like, or say, "Oh, can you can you make one that is like really more pastelly or more that?" I'm like, "No, I am not. I that's that I it's okay, you know, but I would not be, I would not create, I don't want to create, I don't want to create a pictures or a painting to make this group happier, that unless I'm commissioned to do that, but I'm not trying to guess the market. So, because if I try to guess the market, I feel that you are chasing after a rabbit, after your tail. So I don't want to do that. I want to do what it feel right for me, and it feel good. It feel good when you feel accomplished without the monetary part of it, when you finish a picture the way you want it to finish. And I feel that if some people like it, or some people don't like it, that's okay. That's fine. It's good. It's all good.
I love your work.
Thank you. Thank you.
How do people find your art to purchase? You have a website?
Yes, I do. MatieK.com.
Okay, we'll put that information in the show notes.
Thank you.
Can you share a recent project or a piece of work that you're particularly happy about?
Yes, I paint that scene. It's called Watched. There are a couple, because I have a background in engineering and software, and I'm very much aware of all um, the privacy issue with privacy issues that we face is with technology. It's convenient, and we all have apps, and we all have everything is easy, but at the same time we really don't have any privacy. So I like to put that in my painting. So I have a picture of a scene that it's in the house, the domestic object in the house. So you're in the convenience of your home, but at the same time there is so I put eyes somewhere in the painting, that it's really not belonging. It's kind of like at the first thought you think like, what's that eye? It's not belong there. It's what is it doing? And the eye watching, and everything you do in your comfort of your house. And this is like, oh, I will put a cord or a charger for the iPhone, just to put it there, just to give you like some thought, where is it come from, and just like we really this is it's the technology and all that come on an expense of something, and that's are we really willing to pay that price. So I kind of like painting that it has a meaning, that that I feel that we all face, and me in particular, and it's come from within.
Yeah, we are all tethered, aren't we?
Yes, yes. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
How do you stay motivated as an artist?
Um, I think that it's come within. It's there were times that I wasn't painting as much as I do now, and I feel that when you peace with your mind, and you peace with your noise, with all the noises, and you true to yourself, you want to do what you love to do. And that's advice I give it to my kids as well. They all want to do, oh, I want to be this, I want to be that. So do it. don't say. I find that as a parent, if I go and I say, oh, don't do this, and they still don't do that, and years later, so because you told me not to do that, like my mother did. When I was 20, I'm like, oh, art, you don't make money. Go and learn something that you make money and make money. And I listened to her, but I don't hold anything against her, because if I really was ready for it, I would have done it, and I was not ready. And what stay motivation is just my mind. I find a peace in my painting, and it's that it's after the loss of my brother, that he diagnosed in a cancer in August, and in September he was dying. He was in the hospital, and I went there, and it just hit. It just hit, and I'm like, I am going to do what I really want to do, and I don't want to think about, oh, in 10 years or 20 years and all that, because you don't know. You don't, all those plans, you don't know what we have and what's that. And that's just every day. I don't need to worry about it. I know this is what I like to do. And also at the same time, I'm very practical. I'm fortunate enough to be able to do that. At the same time, that I wasn't fortunate enough when I was 20. So at the same time, I do. I think that I'm grateful to everything that I'm able to do that.
I understand that. Are there any artists or creatives who have influenced or inspired your work?
I love Tamara Delamtica. Love her art. She's all painting women, very feminine, which I don't, but I love her bold, her choice of color, and the statement. I find what drives me is when I see a piece of art that when I look at art, I don't look at play like, oh, okay, it's coming down or it's that. I don't need that to come down. Then I go to, I find art that it's like kind of keep me on my toe. That's like bold color, and have a statement and strong. So I like women arts. Obviously, I like Salvador Dali. I like this. I like all the realism and the impressionists and Claude Monet and Pissarro and that, which I appreciate all of that. But my favorite is for sure is Tamara Delamtica. Yeah.
Nice. What advice would you give to an aspiring artist looking to pursue a career in the arts?
To not worried about the noise outside, and just focus on what you like to do, and you don't focus on the logistic of that yet. Just do and explore what you like to do, what you enjoy to do, and that will come or not. If it doesn't come, it might not come now, and it might come in a year, it might come in 5 years, it might never come. It might be that you went to a different path, and you find something else that you like, and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to have a different path in your life. I'm a mother. I did real estate. I was doing, my degrees in engineering and software, and I was working in my husband's company in his software, and I like software because I like it. It's either working or not working. I like I like that all the logistic part of that. and it's okay to do this and to do that. It doesn't. You don't have to. You don't have to also compete with others, because especially in art, there is no. You don't. You have to look at your art and compete with yourself. What you have, like, what did you accomplish? How do you see yourself now comparing to 5 years ago or 10 years ago? I look at art that I did 20 years ago, and I'm like, what was I thinking? I was like, ugh, I don't like it. You know, and that's, I know that it's good, and I'm wondering, oh my God, in 10 years, but there are still pictures that I have it in my house from 20 years ago that I am happy with. But those are not all of my pictures. I have hundreds of pictures that I don't want to show them. They are somewhere in Israel, in my mother house, or somewhere in a storage area that I have no heart to throw them away, because you don't throw away art, but it's not for display. So, yeah.
Oh, I love that. What is your favorite book, movie, song, podcast?
Favorite book, other than all the classical, I love. I found I love Gregory Philippa, that wrote all those historical novels. She wrote the Queen, the White Queen, the Other Boleyn's Girl. I love that because it's. She always her character women, and it's a women in a history, and dominant women in the history, and I love that. And it's very romantic, the way she writes. It's very, it's intriguing, it's right, and it has a history, and she feeling it's a history fiction, so she take the fact and she filling the holes there, and she write it in such a beautiful way, very optimistic, not too dark, not dark actually, I find it. And 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 uh, and it's about women, and it's nice. It's I like her. As far as uh, movies, don't let me start with movies. I love all kind of movies, everything. I even like horror movies, but it has to be good. It's not like Friday the 13th, or that like somebody go that I like really I love the Shyamalan, the Sixth Sense, that kind of movies. I also like war movie. I like classical movie, not classical in the 50 or 60. It's kind of, but that does, yeah. I don't like I would. My mother would love like Go with the Wind, and I'm like, oh no, please, I don't that I don't that. But I like all kind of movies. Song, like what kind of song? I love music. I when I paint, I put it's depending the mood. So with songs, sometimes I'll have those sad songs. No, not sad. I would say a song that like just more classical, and sometimes it will be just song that I will dance. It's depend on the mood, I guess.
Podcast?
I don't listen that much.
Is there a book that you recommend over and over again to people that's different than your favorite?
Yes, it's nonfiction. I love The Super Brain. Um, eh, I often read those motivation book. It wasn't motivation; it's more about the brain and what's going on. And it's I am a hopelessly optimistic person. In every scenario that it's negative, I will always find some hope. And except of when I had this tragedy with my brother and my father that tore me right to the wall, and I was just lost. But as far as book, I definitely recommend the Superbrain. I thought it was a very good book that kind of make you feel that you can be in charge of whatever obstacle that you have. If you have a limitation, a mental limitation, mental block, anything that you have, you can overcome that. And it felt good. Felt good.
What do you want to talk about that I didn't ask?
I don't know. I feel that I talk a lot. I seems to have an answer for everything. What I want to talk about, I don't know. I don't know what would you like to ask that you didn't ask?
Ooh, flip it on me. Oh, I don't know if I can remember now. There was something I wanted to ask, but I'll have to ask you after we shut the camera off, I guess, because I can't bring it to mind. I guess I always want to know more about the art people did when they were a little kid. Is there anything that you didn't tell us about when you were really little? Yeah, really little. Like your favorite.
Yes, I do. Actually, yeah. When I was little, so growing up, you have all those magazine of the model and the fashion. So I remember myself like 9 years old. I'll draw clothes and fashion and women, and now it's become a pop art. Or there was, and I'll be like, oh, I wish that I saved those pictures. I appreciate that. And it's very feminine. It's beautiful, and it's very, very nice. But I'm not there anymore. So I kind of let the universe decide for me where I'm going, and I'm very optimistic about just go and do what really intrigue you. There are artists that paint a sign everywhere, or that, and this is what intriguing, or flowers, or this. I will explore that, but it doesn't give me the challenge. And I like when I paint the whole process. I enjoy that. And if I paint something that exists, I feel like, yeah, it's good technically, and you can always be better, but it doesn't have the emotion, and doesn't have what your soul inside, if you know what I mean. That I'm trying to convey. I try to the viewer to see my painting and sit, and not say, oh, wow, she's really did the flower beautiful. It's exactly like the flower here, or it's like that naked woman. I have a lot of naked women that in my house that are technically excellent. But how many painting of naked women do you want to that? So but it's okay for us. I think it's what really you enjoy making, and you just focus on that, and you'll be okay.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting us into your house and into your studio. I felt inspired for sure. I love your work.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, much love.
Thank
And
you.
we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you.